Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. Sligo get the victory at Gaelic Park, 116 to 15 points in the end. And oh my goodness me, we nearly witnessed something very, very special there indeed. Both sides were level going into the final couple of minutes, and you really felt like New York could have won this game. I think New York were the better side, and I really feel like they should have won this game. They missed a couple of chances. They were unlucky. They hit the post. Missed goal chances, a few 45s dropping short as well. On another day, mark my words, they could have won this game, and it could have been New York against Roscommon in the Connacht semi-finals. New York will definitely look back at this game, I think, a bit like maybe the Roscommon game a couple of years ago, and I think the Sligo another time as well, where they nearly beat them. But look, like the story has to be about New York. I mean, what a valiant performance from them today. Tremendous performance, like a huge amount of spirit, very well organized. Johnny McGeeney's clearly had them well drilled, well trained, and you know, if someone said that this was New York's only competitive senior inter-county game since 2019, you would have been absolutely laughing if you didn't know that, because they looked very well organized. You'd swear they were playing Division 4 football all year. You'd swear they were actually playing competitive games against top teams, because they were super organized. And I think it's a massive credit to Johnny McGeeney, to New York GAA, to everyone really involved there. Larry McCarthy, potentially as well, the GAA president, supposedly is had his impact on New York, obviously over the last couple of years and this week as well. So just a huge effort from New York. For Sligo, look, they were quite, they certainly weren't at their absolute best. Maybe they were taken a bit aback by New York's quality in the first half, and how well organised New York were. And Sligo really had to work in this game. They had to work very hard indeed to get the better of New York in the end. But speaking of New York, I mean, Adrian Varley, former Galway footballer himself, was absolutely fantastic. 6 points from him on the day. He was tremendous, some brilliant points. And you could see the quality of him when he got on the ball. Like, he looked head and shoulders above a lot of other players, and you could really see that sort of quality difference when he got on the ball. I thought he was very impressive indeed. Daniel O'Sullivan at wing back was brilliant as well. 2 points, went off just towards the end of the game, but I thought he was very impressive as well. And you can't look past Johnny Glynn as well. I mean, what a performance from him. So physical on the ball. Former hurler, I believe, as well, former Galway hurler. So he was just very physical, very tough to dispossess. I remember there was one instance where he nearly bulldozed his way through 4 or 5 players. Very impressive as well. And Noel Medina, I think is his name. I'm not too sure. Hopefully I got the first name right there. But he kicked 4 points. So he was impressive as well from a New York perspective. And as I was saying, like Sligo, just a couple of times, like, a lot of unforced errors, a lot of turnovers. They lost possession a lot of the time in New York's half-back line. Just a couple of sloppy passes here and there. Just weren't entirely at the races whatsoever. Noel Murphy was very impressive with 5 points. Sean Carabine with 1-3. Impressive as always. He actually went off with a hamstring injury there towards the end of the game, so that could be a big miss for the Connacht semi-final against Roscommon. He might be available by then, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of the game itself, look, it was very even. Both sides were, there was only a point in it at half-time. There was really not much between the teams. I think Sligo's biggest lead throughout the entirety of the game didn't come until injury time. They kicked, I think, 2-3 unanswered points in injury time, 4 unanswered points in total since New York leveled it up a couple of minutes previously. But they were just very impressive, and every time you thought Sligo might pull away, New York came roaring back, and a couple of half-goal chances as well. That chance at the end from Noel Medina, where he hits the post, what a huge moment that could have been if it had gone over the bar. I think New York would have been level at that point going into injury time, and after that, you just never know. It could be a bit of luck, could be a breaking ball, a mistake, and New York could have snatched it. They really could have. But fair play to Sligo. Look, they did show good character there towards the end of the game, to steal a phrase from Brendan Rodgers there. They definitely did show that in the final couple of minutes, because, you felt like that an upset was on the cards. New York were growing in confidence. The fans were very much growing behind New York as well. But Sligo steadied the ship, and Paddy O'Connor with a couple of very good points as well. Noel Murphy with some brilliant frees from the left-hand side of the pitch, and that really kind of did shore up the game. And once you felt like Sligo, even a 2-point lead, you felt like should be enough. But once it went to 3 points, you knew this was very much done and dusted. But look, fair play in the end to New York for a very, very, very valiant performance. I don't think anyone expected them to play as well as they did. I don't think anyone expected this to be as close as it was. I certainly expected Sligo to win this one very comfortably. But a testament to New York, who made it very difficult, just very well organised defensively, great defensive setup. Their full back line was intact. There wasn't very many goal chances of, obviously Sean Carabine's goal. But other than that, Sligo didn't really open up New York's defence too many times. And Johnny McGeaney, our man, of course, you could tell, he's definitely got those lads in tune and very well organised indeed. So, yes, Sligo progress on into the Connacht semi-finals. Obviously, a lot of work will need to be done. I don't think anyone really, would expect them to beat Roscommon anyways, even if they had won this by 10, 15 points. But certainly a lot of work needs to be done going into that game if it's going to be any sort of a contest, because as we know, Roscommon a Division 1 team now and Sligo a Division 4 team. For New York, I do believe they go into the Tailteann Cup, which is good to see. I'm still not sure how that's going to work logistically speaking, but for New York, their season isn't over from what I know. I could be wrong on that, but we'll have to wait and see. Huge credits go to Sligo, to both teams really, but to New York, to Sligo. New York for a very, very valiant performance, and Sligo just about getting over the line in the end. So, I suppose if you enjoyed this content, if you could smash the like button, subscribe. If you're new, stay tuned for more videos coming soon. There'll be a podcast out tomorrow looking back at all the weekends, hurling and football action as well. So stay tuned for that. My name is Aaron, and I'll see you all in the next video.